Good evening. Thank you all for joining us tonight for the premiere of Countess V. Winfrey's Homage, What Was, Is to Come, co-organized by the Cincinnati Art Museum and OhioDance. My name is Emily Bauman. I'm the curatorial assistant for photography here at the museum, and I'm a member of the team serving the exhibitions David Driscoll, Icons of Nature and History, and working together, the photographers of the Homage workshop. If you haven't yet visited these exhibitions, I hope you'll come back this week. Both shows are open through May 15th. Tonight's performance is part of the Black Future series, a series of happenings, performances, and conversations inspired by David Driscoll and by the photographers of the Homage workshop. All artists who prioritized mentorship relationships, who created exhibition and publication opportunities for Black artists, and who were active participants in writing African American art history. It has been our great privilege here at the museum to work in partnership with the organizations Artworks, Cincy Nice, OhioDance, the Robert O'Neill Multicultural Arts Center, and Wordplay Cincy to bring you this series. And tonight's program is specifically indebted to work together with Rodney Leal and Jane DeAngelo of OhioDance. My thanks to them for their continued invaluable collaboration. The Black Future series is supported by LPK and GBBN. Additional support has been provided by Ohio Humanities, the National Endowment for the Humanities, and the Federal ARP Act of 2021. Tonight's performance is supported by the Arts Midwest Gig Fund, a program of Arts Midwest. It is funded by the National Endowment for the Arts with additional contributions from Ohio Arts Council. A few brief housekeeping notes before we begin. As a reminder, audience video and flash photography are prohibited, but we encourage photography, flash photography, and would love for you to tag us on Instagram. You are encouraged to stand during the first section of the performance, but please don't move forward beyond this with how forward the dancers will move. As we travel together through the performance, if you prefer or need to use a path that does not include stairs, please follow Emily Holtrup. She's in the pink waving right now. And finally, after the conclusion of the performance, we invite you to stick with us for a brief talkback with the artists. And without further delay, Homage, What Was, Is to Come.
And so, have we all arrived from the many dimensions of this world, work, home, prayer, and more. May we inhale and exhale, breathe, for in these moments we are here and shall soon be there and there some more. Giving honor and thanks as we pay homage for what was, is, and to come. We will journey and gather together underneath these wings of guidance. Take it in as we begin what was, or what was, well, what was again, and it was again and again, and again, what was. Men, women, and children, lost and without a God. The abuse through trade, the mass slaves, led by Sir Money, Lord Capitalism, and Queen Power. These sole reasons took these humans to Elmina, the slave castle off the coast of Ghana, where men, women, and children forced and separated for days, living in their mess for days, living with death as they prayed for her to stay for days. Men, women, and children, great, some left to die, while others were forced to make that chilling journey across the Atlantic, where 400 years of enslavement awaited them. It awaited them. Balancing on the threads of light and life, as close brothers and sisters to Mother Nature, their eyesights became crystals clearer over deep blue waters and raging tears, unsettling and nerve-wracking fears, channeling their inner heroism to sacrifice and survive, or will sacrifice and die. But history, however, does not begin there for these people, no. Whether on these grounds or the nurturing soil and atmosphere before being forced through the doors of no return. those who survived their food, medicine, culture, resilience, abused, used, and stolen. Well, auction, block parties, directed, swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. Pale-faced captors coming after me, coming for to carry me, coming for to carry me home. Home of the free, land of the free. Yep. Is we free? What is free? What is? What is? Well, what is you ask? Well, I guess we'll see. For in these present moments, we are here and shall soon be there, and there's some more. Shall we?
Tonight, tensions are high as 4 police officers have been fired after a man was pinned to the ground and died. The incident was caught on camera. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has the video, and we must warn you, the images are disturbing.
Now to the latest on Sandra Bland, the woman who was found dead in a Texas jail cell 3 days after being arrested during a traffic stop. Police have released new video from outside her cell around the time she died.
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor!
Say her name!
Breonna Taylor!
Now, her name on the lips of so many protesters, continuing across the country seeking justice and police reform, pushing towards a national reckoning on race.
It's the story that's ignited fierce passions across the nation as allegations of racism and miscarriage of justice tear apart a small Florida town. Trayvon Martin, an unarmed black teenager, was shot down by a white neighborhood watchman who claimed self-defense and has not at this point been arrested.
Please, I can't breathe.
The bystander's cell phone video begins with police restraining a man on a Minneapolis street Monday night. An officer is pinning the man face down by pressing his knee into the man's neck.
Police have released new video from outside her cell around the time she died, as her family awaits the results of that private autopsy.
On March 13th, as Breonna and her boyfriend, Kenny Walker, lay asleep in their bed, plainclothes police officers broke down their door using a battering ram on a no-knock drug warrant.
And it's caused a public outcry that spread like wildfire.
17-year-old Trayvon Martin, whose death has provoked weeks of demonstrations and massive internet petitions, and tonight, a rally in New York City.
Justice! Now! Justice! Now!
Who are they to think? Make me smaller. I'm too much for this room. Bamboo earrings, loud names, darker hues. A restricted folk, perhaps. Smaller, God, smaller. Those unconscious whispers and prayers. Well, all lives matter. Lives live. Lives matter. All lives matter? Black lives, maybe. However, we felt threatened. So why not try to become someone unseen? However, we outside, y'all. Shh. Not so loud. But be proud. Too many memories in these blood-stained dreams to deny those rights. For we have seen the mountaintop where he, she, we, they can breathe. An exercise that needs no rights. Inhale, I can't. Exhale, breathe freely. And so, have we all arrived from the many dimensions of this world? May we inhale and exhale, breathe. Now that you know the truth, aim for higher. And in aiming for higher, you aim to know more about yourself and your own greatness. And now you begin to see that being a part of them is no longer the desire. Did you know there are black people in the future? No, I don't mean Worf or Lieutenant Commander Giardi LaForge, Guinan, no. More like Mr. Castile, Floyd, English, and even Lords Tanisha Anderson and Breonna Taylor, Sire Stefan Clark and Tamir Rice. That is not imaginative. They are our future. They still speak through their graves, saying their names. We are bright and bold with the Jeffersons. Cars floated and houses were in the sky. Well, they also had afros and gave lessons on how fish don't fry in the kitchen and beans don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill, because there are black folk in the future. Did you not know? It was said that black folk in the 20th and 21st centuries acted as if there was a party all the time. And that is simply because they did not know they were prophetic. In the 232 years and 115 prior appointments, the space for Ketanji Brown, this black woman, was bound to be selected to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. And they celebrated. 232 years ago, for 232 years later. Had it not been for those black lives, beyond their flavors of soul food and music, had it not been for black life beyond the sounds of art, had it not been for the freedoms they fought for in the past centuries, there wouldn't be a year 3022, if not for black lives. Because, well, I know, and you know, that there are black folk in the future. I am at this mountaintop, and there are feet resting on my shoulders. It's like a breath of fresh air. So I'll see you there. And I see you there. I see you there. Y'all, everybody back there, all of y'all. Come on, I see y'all there.
I was born here almost 60 years ago. I'm not going to live another 60 years. You always told me it takes time. It has taken my father's time, my mother's time, my uncle's time, my brother's and my sister's time, my nieces and my nephews' time. How much time do you want for your progress?
by our names. If we were made in his image, call us by our names. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. If we were made in God's image, then call us by our names. And they celebrated. 232 years later. Breathe. For we are here. And they celebrated. Balancing on those threads. Light and life. And they celebrated. Giving thanks. And they celebrated. And so, now that we all have arrived from the many dimensions of this world, may we inhale, exhale, and give thanks for the trailblazers and the ancestors, for the shoulders we stand on today. For in these present moments, for in these present moments, for in these present moments, we are here and shall soon be there and there some more.
And we're going to take some audience questions. Countess, I'll hand this one to you. And I'll bring out some stools for our cast members who have been working.
Right. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. DeMarco? Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. We'll just go down the line and quickly introduce ourselves. My name is Countess Winfrey. I'm the choreographer of the show today. Great job, guys. We're just going to introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Miara Gooden-Clark. Hi, my name is Courtney Draper, but I just go by Taz.
Hello, my name is Aaron Frisbee.
Hi, my name is Alexis Diggs.
And the spoken word artist today, she's running out because she's a performer and she has another show this evening. So. All right, so anyone have any questions?
First of all, thank you so much. I mean, you guys did me an honor and just our ancestors in honor, and I am so moved. A friend of mine from Artsville told me I should see this, and she knows me, and she's like, "You're gonna love it. Just go, just go." So I'm here. Thank you so much for all of your love and your beauty that you just put out there, and you left it out there. It was just amazing. So thank you. The question is, how does being a part of this project allow you to connect our history and our future at the same time, to kind of reflect back?
Okay, I can go. So I'll talk a little bit about our process on our first day. Countess had us kind of journal a little bit with like prompts from past, present, and future, but we talked about kind of like our feelings for like our ancestors and stuff in that. Well, I did anyway. And I just kept telling my family, I was like, you need to come see this, because doing it felt right, like in my spirit, I'm sure for everyone else, because it's all of our stories, and then also all of our present tense, and also what we hope for our future, which is just Black excellence and prosperity for our people. So I think that's, yeah.
Greetings, y'all. I felt like I went to church. I really felt like I went to church. I was like, hallelujah. I mean, y'all just did a wonderful job. And I mean, I'm just elated with this. I work here, and this is a time for me to like come and relax and just see something. You know what I'm saying? And the Black art that you guys are doing is just amazing. And Aaron, I got a question for you. How's it feel to be the only guy up there? And you know, I see you lifting the girls and turning and twisting, man, and spinning. I mean, you were remarkable. You know, you all were remarkable, but how does it feel to be the only guy there?
I'm kind of used to it. I like being around the ladies. Yeah, the lifting can be a lot sometimes, but it's fine. I love it. I had a great experience with all you guys. You guys are amazing.
I see your strength. You know, I was looking at your camera out there. You gotta be strong. You know, you gotta be strong to do that. And like the conditioning that you guys have to be in. You know, I know you guys have to work out. You all were amazing, and I'm still elated with it. I took some pictures. And when is the next? Where y'all gonna be at? You know what I'm saying? So I can get. My brother was his birthday today. I was trying to get him. You know, and I mean, I want to know when you guys are gonna be performing.
Well, I don't know what performance is next. Hopefully next spring. But we didn't say this. We're all dancers with the David Contemporary Dance Company. So, yes. Oh no, I'm lying. I'm not doing a good job. We have a show in Cincinnati soon. May 20th, 22nd. My director's here looking at me. 22nd, 19, 21, and 22. It's part of the Bold Moves Festival, which is hosted by Cincinnati Ballet, and we're going to be performing on their concert. I am really not doing a good job of this, but if you go on the website, I think it's on there, and I think they're all evening performances. So, and also if you go to Bold Moves Festival, if you put that in Google, I think you can find it on here as well. Bold Moves Festival. And you'll see all of us. There's a lot of us.
Thank you. Breathtaking is the word. And Countess, what was the defining moment that this concept revealed itself to you?
That's a good question. It's interesting because when I saw this, first of all, 3 different people sent me this commission, this project commission. I think John was one of them, and then 2 other people sent it to me, and I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. steps outside, which that would have been a little challenging to make work. But I kind of knew that I wanted it to be like a walk-through exhibit experience. A couple of years ago, actually, maybe last year, I was working on a lecture demonstration for DCDC, and I wanted that lecture demonstration to be in a museum, and I wanted to have these different exhibits set up in different areas of that museum, but we were in COVID and we couldn't do it, which was fine. But I kind of started with this idea of wanting to have dance as exhibits in the museum with that particular project, and then that got tabled. And then when this project came around, I was like, oh, maybe this is the chance to like allow that idea to come back to life and to birth it in a different way and with a different concept. And so when I thought too about what the project was asking for, it was talking about wanting to highlight Black futures, and I tend to think more in the past. I don't always think about like imagining what the future would look like. So for me as a creative, that was a bit challenging to think about Afrofuturism and what that means and how it fits into our present and how it's influenced by our past. But when I thought about using 3 different areas of the museum, I was like, oh, okay, well then maybe we could talk about the past, because I believe you have to talk about the past in order to progress into the future. And then I thought, like, well, we gotta talk about the present. We gotta talk about what's happening today and what has been happening today. And then I was like, well, we gotta also address the ideas of and the promises of what we imagine a Black future to look like. And I thought that we had to address all those areas before getting to this one. And so I picked each area for a particular reason. I thought that the front plaza felt like the past to me. It's concrete, you can't change it, and it's black and white, so that kind of takes the past for me. The present felt very like it needed to be in the courtyard because it's very beautiful, it's lush, it's green, it's present in today, and so I thought that was the best place to talk about the present. And then I thought that this space was the best place to talk about our Black future, because there's this idea of regality, and the steps just gave me this idea of ascension. And in my mind, like our Black future is constantly ascending. And so I thought that each area